I didn't do the long walk. There, you fucking happy? Yesterday I did a video about the disappearance from YouTube of Shameless Bird. And I've done a couple on him. And I've mentioned him throughout the time that he's been lost cat. You know what that means, don't you? All these lost cat things, which I always stop to talk about, we never used to see that until people from Haiti came in. And I'm not saying like eating them, but they do use them for voodoo. You know, those that practice voodoo. But to be fair, you know, a lot of magic practitioners use them when they want to do something involving blood sacrifice. It's just the easiest thing. And sometimes not even for sacrifice. You just need blood for stuff. And I don't work with anything like that. I never would. I consider it black magic. But yeah, so between when they arrived is when I saw all that. Past couple of years with their arrival. So whatever, I'm just keeping an eye on it. You know, because I don't think anybody else would make that connection. But anyway, I've done some stuff on them, and I guess when people went looking for them, they ended up here because of my videos I did, which is cool. You know, it's nice. But I wanted to just describe what it is we do it. Hey, brother, how you doing? Oh, that's okay, man. Don't worry about it. Really? Thank you very much, man. Good seeing you, bud. Yeah, my neighbor, I stopped and gave him some cigarettes the other day, and he hit me back. Yeah, so what I do here is I mainly focus on spiritual warfare, which means everything. Every problem we have is ultimately spiritually based, because it's a spiritual war. All the things that are being used here in this world, whether it's people invading in neighborhoods or stuff that's going on at the top rungs of a political fucking pyramid scheme. The pyramids are rungs? I guess they could. It's spiritually based. I mean, that's what it's all about. So yeah, we talk about that stuff, that same stuff he talks about, and have for years. And I've gotten in trouble for it, but I try to be a little bit more low-key about it. If you know what I'm saying, you'll be able to pick up what I'm saying. I don't like obscure it so that, you know, we're talking in code, but I'm also not naming my videos, you know, things that are going to get people to come and, you know, try to burn my house down, but burn my condo down. I used to joke like that, saying, oh yeah, well, what are you gonna do, burn down my condo? And there was a guy in Hawaii, Hungry Hawaiian. They did exactly that. They just targeted his condo unit and fucking like firebombed it. It was like I don't know, 6 months ago, half a year ago. Crazy shit. But yeah, and the thing about when you talk about like race or anything, any group that is like lightning rod for people to go, what are you talking about? Whether it's the Jews, the gays, the blacks, whatever, you know, just by mentioning those words, you get people going like, what? What are you talking about? What are you saying? You know, they don't even like you talking about it. It's not about how I feel or how anyone feels about those groups. It's about our group and how we want to see it be able to survive and thrive and have some kind of continuity with our past. You know what I mean? I never thought I'd ever be in this kind of position. I mean, I knew even or any of us would. As a kid, I knew that eventually, you know, they'd tell me all the time, demographics are going to change eventually by 2040. It's like, yeah, whatever. But now that we're heading more toward that time, what I didn't see was this attack against white people, like, of all of society being able to just fucking gang on them, and that being okay, because we were taught growing up that you shouldn't really do that. You know, we were taught something else than everybody else was taught. They're like, they taught us, like, everybody's the same, it's only skin, which is a complete lie. It's only skin deep, you know, gotta be nice to everybody. Meanwhile, all the other groups of people, like, fuck whitey. So now we've gotten to this time, I think white people, that's why it's taken them a long time to sort of come around to talking about these subjects or thinking this way, because we were just kind of like blindsided, you know, or sideswiped, or blindswiped, or sidewinded. The Illuminati confirmed that the thing was it's not like something that we feel comfortable talking about, meaning the royal we, you know, white people. We was kings. Yeah, it's something that there's, like I was saying recently, there's like this inner voice in you. I was talking about it in regards to watching episodes of Murdoch, which is a great show if you've never seen it. It's kind of off the grid. You got to hunt it down, but there's ways to get it. And watching it, if you've never watched it before, if you have the levels of programming and years of spellcraft dumped on you like most people have had, especially in our group, as you're watching it and you're seeing the truth and you're laughing, you're like, there's a little voice going, you're a bad person. This is bad. You can't say that. You can't say that. You know, going, just running. And that happens a lot to white people, because we've been programmed to think this kind of shit. So it's really a liberation you have to go through. Because if not, you're going to get rolled. We're getting rolled now every day. You know, I look at my fucking X feed and it's just like, damn. They killed another guy, they killed another kid, they fucking shot. Why? Why is all this permissible? Why black people in Atlanta able to build their own community? Or they tried to, they didn't succeed. But now the white people doing it, they're saying it's, you know, racist, and they're trying to figure out if there's laws to stop it. It's become like it turned into a situation that I'd never imagined coming. I mean, I was just thinking, yeah, you know, it might be a replacement where we run out of people. We run out of us. Right now, we're only 7% in the world, which is pretty crazy, you know, when you think about it. But so I knew that was a possibility. What I didn't think is while we were going out the door, everybody would start sticking knives in our back and trying to hasten our demise from the world. Now, we know why some people do it. Like I was saying in the last video, they're Orthodox Jews that, you know, have to get rid of us by their religion. They have to get rid of us, you know. Reminds me of that one guy that had the white demographics on his wall, the Jewish guy, and every year it would show how our white people are diminishing. Who was that guy? So it's that you can yell through the fucking screen to tell me. I guess we just gotta have to look for it when I'm editing this. But yeah, it's I didn't foresee this time, you know, happening where we would be kind of under attack, and we still got, you know, at least 2 or 3 generations left that need to be protected. You know, I mean, I don't know. It's just really weird. Like I said about 5 times now. I never thought this would be a scenario we'd be in. But it's not about hating anyone else. First of all, you don't hate anyone, but that's another subject for another day. It's not about being against anyone. Like, I don't do stuff here like how to spot Jews in your neighborhood. You should already know how. But I mean, it's not that. It's not attacking anyone else. It's all about how to make ourselves better. How to keep ourselves sane and healthy, and try to put some more longevity into the fucking project, because people don't realize how much we do. It's not just about us. I mean, if you need infrastructure, right, like a place like this, you need a city, you need fucking white people. Anytime, and I see it here all the time in Honolulu, we have like a local construction crews and local people that do jobs, but when they need something really serious done, they gotta bring whites from the mainland. Like escalators, we just don't have the kind of expertise, I guess, to do that kind of thing here. White people are good at city, civilization, infrastructure, because, you know, we come from the north, we come from the cold, we have to build shelter, we have to learn to farm because it's going to be frozen some months. If you're like Hawaiian or African or something, you live in a warm climate, You just kind of reckon when you want food, you just tackle a fucking animal. You know, wild pig here in Hawaii, or the gazelle in Africa. Actually, they'll fucking eat monkeys. You know, fucking insert monkey eating gif here. They don't have to worry about forward thinking, which is good because they have very different brains, which don't really allow for that anyway. But the point is, if we were to vanish off the earth, it would be like that city in South Africa where they got all the whites out, and then since no one could fix anything, there isn't a word for maintenance in any of the African languages, and there are many. They're not good at time either. That's a prefrontal cortex problem. But what they started doing was they couldn't fix anything, so they started using the elevator shafts as places to dump their waste. So they were dumping all their poop and stuff in the elevator shafts. Pretty crazy. That's a crazy place anyway. Africa. I have a friend from Zimbabwe, and I talked to her about it there. And some of the stories and stuff there. It's weird. Like the idea that rape isn't really that big of a deal as is here in America. There, it's like boys being boys. It's just something they go through. Really fucked up shit. So it's a whole different kind of people, and you wonder why when you put our people together with some of these other kinds of people, it's just misery and sorrow. And like, we're too polite to fucking say anything. Used to be like, you know, and because of that, you know, we've gotten rolled. So things are changing. You know, things are changing. There's more people talking about it. But if you want to keep talking about it, you got to be careful. You know, I want to try to do this as long as I can here. Now, of course, there's other uploading places. I'm on Rumble, but it's like YouTube's just easier because everybody knows YouTube. So I'd like to think I learned from my 6 bands of what not to do. But that sometimes, man, if they want you for some reason and they don't like something, they can really just make whatever up if they want to. They've been pretty fair with me lately. Like last time when I should have gotten my 7th ban, they instead gave me a warning. I don't know why, but they did. So yeah, I can't really complain. I've had really no problem with them for a while. It seems the longer I'm here, the less problems I have with them. My first video was my first ban, so it's like, you know, it happens that way. What was that? I think he had a fucking... If he had some kind of fucking brown fucking problem. But the hold on. I just fucking burned my fingers. I'm gonna bring this to target. I'll be right back. So yeah, we here we talk about basically a lot of the same stuff. I just kind of do it a little bit more low key. And the way I do it is, I mean, there's simple things like you don't put it in the titles. You try to be smart about your thumbnails. Now, by not putting what I'm talking about in the titles, it's not just like about that stuff. Like sometimes I do stuff on human trafficking and things like that. You know, you're not going to put it on titles. So I kind of avoid being looked at by too many people or the wrong people by just doing that. Or if I am talking about something that's a little bit fucking edgy, I try to surround it with a bunch of other horse shit that no one would sit through. I don't know what that says about the quality of the episodes, but you know, what the fuck you gonna do? But yeah, 21 stopping by for the first time. Glad to have you. Hopefully you find something valuable here and that I'm not fucking wasting your time. And we'll see you more often. Until then, excuse me. Until then, try that again. Don't blame the teacher, blame the school. Bonus time. I just wanted to keep track of the Kangs versus local town. This thing over here, this building over here, this place used to be a degenerate like hangout. it was all strip clubs and video stores, and we used to have a ton of mahoos here. We don't really anymore. Well, we have the low effort ones who just, they just look like a man and they'll put on a dress and demand women's rights. But this thing here got boarded up years ago. A hotel bought it because there was a shooting here. And I think it was a fucking psyop the hotel perpetrated to buy. But anyway, the local gangs will go and write their shitty fucking low IQ graffiti on the fucking thing, and then the town has to come and paint over it. This goes on. It's gone on since we've got them here. Prior to COVID, as I may have seen you mention, we didn't have anyone like that living here. It was just not possible because there was a barrier of entry due to the price. It was just too expensive to even come here. Never mind move here. But they did the same military operation they're doing all over the world, where they're just plunking people into places where there's whites. So so we never had that problem before, or a larger graffiti problem, which we have now. We didn't have there, and that one in particular is funny because it just goes back and forth. They come around, spray all their idiot shit on there. It's usually crowns, misspelt words. You know, I've never seen people that have so little be so enamored with the monarchy. It's really strange. But yeah, that's one of the many changes here that has happened with their arrival. That and all the fucking crazy crime shit, of course. I mean, I remember when it first started happening, during COVID is when they started bringing them over here hardcore. Like 2021, it got really bad. And then 2022, 23, that was like the flashpoint. That was the year where homicide went up 80%. And with their arrival, all kinds of stuff happened here that never happened before. We had 2 standoffs with police right here on this road. Also 2 murders right here on this road. And we had a machine gun battle, which happened up on the street adjacent to this one. What's up, sweetie? I got no cigarettes today.
I know. I was like, you remember that movie?
I'm trying to stop smoking.
With Will Smith.
Yeah.
You know, with the he was selling it was 300 billion. No, that was 300 billion of them. So.
Will Smith? That sounds like a nightmare. 300 billion Will Smith. Can you imagine that? We'd have to just end ourselves.
Well, that machine makes a your bone densifier, yeah.
Oh yeah. Bone density. The last thing Will Smith needs is his bones to be more dense.
So they go like this. Oh.
That's crazy.
I have a lot of corners now.
Hey, you gotta work with it.
You can hide so much stuff in there.
I know, a lot of stuff. Have a good day, sweetie. Bye bye. Yeah, he doesn't make a lot of sense. He's a nice guy. So, there's a whole bunch of things that happened, but I remember when they first started popping up, residents here were like, we've never seen anything like that here in Hawaii, because they hadn't. I remember that was in specific, that first big one was these guys going into a jewelry store during the day and just like fucking strong-arming everybody with guns and shit. They'd never seen that here. There are some pretty bad characters here, like islanders, you know, rough guys, as there is everywhere. I'm not gonna get too deep into that, but there are the shady characters here, but they're not gonna fuck up their own island. I mean, you know, they're not gonna attack their own people. You know, not gonna. They consider their ohana, and they're not gonna go to the old lady at the corner store that they've known, or you know, their auntie they've known a long time, and put a gun in their face. These guys that they imported from Philly and from Haiti, they don't give a fuck. They just as soon kill you as fucking look at you. They don't have that. They don't have that swell. So, again, the prefrontal cortex problem that causes so many problems. But yeah, so I mean, I think I said it in the video yesterday. It was the second safest city in America. Now it's like the 9th or the 11th. The Japanese consulate for a while put a travel warning on this area because a guy was held up at gunpoint robbed at gunpoint down on the beach. All sorts of crime that we just never had here before. You know, now most people won't make the correlation. Like this, you never saw something like this here before, or never. You never saw anything like this. How? You know, and it's everywhere. It's everywhere. And it's not just like black people are bad. It's like the people they're sending here, okay, are on the government. So these particular people are bad. They're not sending the fucking lawyers or black doctors, and they're just because they're not on the dole. They're not already on the government payroll. They're sending people here that they already have control over. And they do have control over them in perpetuity, because if they provide everything to you, you kind of have to do what they want. And they're easily trickable people to begin with, so it's really a golem situation. Like you talk about, you know, in Yiddish magic, the golem, it's exactly that. You know, when you have the phenotype of Woody Allen, you really can't do much fighting, so you got to get bigger, stronger, dumber people that will just kill the white man for you. So, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I'm going to go home. And again, I had some extra time, so I wanted to throw this in. I didn't know if we had met our racism quotient for the episode yet. I think we have now. I think we're good now. We can move on. Thanks for popping in. I already said don't blame the teacher, blame the school, so I don't have to hit you with that again. But I did. I just did.